The stars seemed small and distant from the command deck of the asterisk Stellar Fist asterisk. Commander Tahoe stood with his hands behind his back, watching the blue-green planet grow larger on the main screen. Earth, the 17th world his fleet would conquer this cycle. "Status report," he said. His voice was deep and calm, but everyone on the bridge tensed when he spoke. Officer Minna stepped forward with a data tablet. "All systems ready, Commander. The fleet is in perfect formation. Earth has no space defenses worth mentioning. Their technology is primitive." Tahoe nodded. The Invincible Armada had never failed. 17 worlds before this one had fallen to their superior technology. The Novalian Empire grew stronger with each conquest. "Any surprises I should know about?" Tahoe asked. He liked to be thorough. Minna hesitated. "Just one thing, sir. Our sensors detected unusual energy patterns from a small area here." She pointed to an island nation on the planet's surface. "It's very weak, but it doesn't match any known human technology." Tahoe frowned. "Natural phenomenon?" "We don't think so, sir. The pattern is too regular, too precise." This was unexpected. Tahoe had studied Earth for months before the invasion. The humans were divided into many nations. They fought among themselves. Their weapons were simple. They should be easy to conquer. But the unknown was dangerous. Tahoe had not become commander of the Armada by taking foolish risks. "Send Lieutenant Jisoo to investigate," he ordered. "Tell her to use full stealth protocols. No contact with the locals." "Yes, Commander." Lieutenant Jisoo prepared her scout ship with care. Unlike the massive warships of the Armada, her vessel was small and fast. It could change its outer shell to reflect light, making it nearly invisible. Jisoo had been on 7 conquest missions. She was good at her job. She gathered information. She found weaknesses. She never failed. "Lieutenant, your orders," said the mission officer, handing her a sealed data chip. Jisoo inserted the chip into her wrist computer. A 3D map of Earth appeared, with a small area highlighted in red. "The energy signature is coming from here," the officer explained. "A place the humans call Korea. Your job is to find out what's causing it and report back. Commander Tahoe wants answers before the main invasion begins." "How much time do I have?" Jisoo asked. 3 Earth days. The fleet will hold position behind their moon until then." Jisoo nodded. "More than enough time." The scout ship entered Earth's atmosphere at night, its outer shell absorbing radar waves. To any human tracking systems, it would look like a small meteor at most. Jisoo studied the landscape below. Green fields, mountains, small clusters of lights that marked human settlements. It looked peaceful. The ship's computer guided her to the source of the energy readings. As she got closer, Jisoo's instruments began picking up the strange pattern more clearly. "Computer, analyze energy signature," she commanded. "Analysis incomplete," the computer replied. "Pattern contains elements similar to Novalian sacred geometry, but source is unknown." Jisoo frowned. Sacred geometry. That was impossible. The humans knew nothing of Novalian culture or history. She landed her ship in a forested area and activated its camouflage shield. The vessel now looked like a large boulder. Jisoo changed her appearance using the molecular shifter. Her purple skin turned pale. Her large eyes shrank to human size. Her pointed ears rounded. Looking at her reflection, she now appeared to be a human female. She packed basic equipment and a portable scanner. The energy signature was coming from somewhere nearby, beyond the trees. As the first light of dawn broke over the mountains, Jisoo stepped out of her ship. The air smelled different from her homeworld, rich with plant life and moisture. The scanner pointed her toward a small valley ahead. According to her briefing, this area was sparsely populated. She should be able to investigate without being seen. Jisoo moved silently through the forest. Whatever was creating that energy pattern, she would find it. The future of the invasion, and perhaps her own future in the Armada, depended on it. The morning sun warmed the valley as Jisoo followed her scanner. The energy readings grew stronger with each step. Soon, she reached the edge of the forest and stopped. Before her lay the most beautiful garden she had ever seen. Rows of plants stretched across the land in neat patterns. Flowers of many colors bloomed everywhere. Small paths wound through the garden, and in the center stood a simple house with a sloped roof. An old man worked among the plants. He moved slowly but with purpose, his hands gently touching the leaves and flowers. He wore simple clothes and a wide hat to block the sun. Jisoo checked her scanner again. The strange energy came from the garden itself. How was this possible? These were just plants. She needed a closer look. Using the cover of tall bushes, she moved to the edge of the garden. Her scanner showed that the plants were ordinary Earth species, but something about how they were arranged created the energy pattern. The old man stopped working suddenly. He put his hand on his chest and looked dizzy. Then he fell to the ground. Jisoo froze. Her orders were clear. No contact with humans. She should watch and report, nothing more. But the old man wasn't moving. Computer, analyze human vital signs. She whispered to her wrist device. Human life signs weakening. The computer replied. Medical emergency likely. Jisoo made a quick decision. She couldn't let him die. It would change the garden, and she needed to study it intact. That's what she told herself, anyway. She ran to the old man and knelt beside him. He was breathing, but his face was pale. Jisoo took out her medical scanner and passed it over him. Heart rate irregular, her scanner reported. Dehydration detected. Rest and fluids recommended. The old man's eyes fluttered open. He looked at Jisoo with confusion. Who are you? He asked in a weak voice. I am. Jisoo hesitated. I am Jisoo. I was walking nearby and saw you fall. The old man tried to sit up. I am Hyunwoo. I must have worked too long in the sun. Foolish old man. Let me help you inside, Jisoo said. With her arm around his shoulders, she helped Hyunwoo walk to his house. Inside, it was cool and simple. Plants grew in pots by the windows. Strange machines stood in one corner, connected to pipes that led outside. Jisoo helped Hyunwoo to a chair and found water in his kitchen. As he drank, color returned to his face. Thank you, he said. Not many people come this way. I might have been in trouble if you hadn't helped. Jisoo nodded, feeling uncomfortable. This was not how her mission was supposed to go. Your garden is very beautiful, she said, hoping to learn more. Hyunwoo smiled proudly. It is my life's work. 60 years of planting and care. The patterns are interesting, Jisoo said. Why arrange plants that way? Ah, you noticed. Hyunwoo's eyes lit up. The pattern is special. It creates harmony between the plants. They help each other grow. And there's more. He stood up, steadier now, and went to the strange machines. These measure the small electrical currents the plants make. All living things have energy, you know. Jisoo tried to hide her surprise. This human understood something about the energy her scanners had detected. May I see more of your garden? She asked. Hyunwoo nodded happily. Yes, but first I should rest a bit. Would you like tea? It's rare to have a visitor who cares about my work. Jisoo knew she should return to her ship and report to the Armada. But the garden held secrets she needed to understand. Yes, she said. I would like that. As Hyunwoo prepared tea, Jisoo looked out the window at the garden. The plants seemed to wave in the gentle breeze, almost as if they were greeting her. For the first time in her life, she felt doubt about her mission. The Armada was waiting for her report, but something about this garden and this kind old man made her want to learn more before she decided their fate. The tea was warm and smelled like flowers. Jisoo held the cup carefully as Hyunwoo talked about his garden. My whole life is in those plants, he said. When I was young, our land was damaged by factories. The soil was bad. Nothing would grow. How did you fix it? Jisoo asked. Hyunwoo smiled. One plant at a time. Some plants can clean soil. They take bad things from the earth. I started with those. He stood up, looking stronger now. Come, I will show you. Outside, the sun was high. Hanwu led Jisu through the garden, pointing to different plants. These pull metals from the soil, he said, touching tall green stalks. These break down chemicals, he added, showing her plants with broad leaves. And these, he said, stopping at a patch of blue flowers, these make the soil good again. Jisu's scanner showed that each plant gave off a small energy field. Together, they created a pattern that her people would recognize instantly. The way you arranged them, she said. Why this pattern? Ah, that was my granddaughter's idea. Hyunwoo said. Sora is very smart. She studied plants and electricity at a big school. She said that plants in this pattern share energy better. He led Jisu to a small building at the edge of the garden. Inside were computers and strange machines with wires running out to the garden. Sora built these, Hanwoo said proudly. The plants make tiny bits of electricity. Not much, but enough to measure. The pattern makes it stronger. Jisu looked at the screens. They showed the same pattern her ship had detected from space. It was almost exactly like the sacred symbol of life that all Novelians knew from birth. This was impossible. No human could know this pattern. It was part of Novelian history, taught to children before they could even speak. How did Sora choose this exact pattern? Jisu asked, trying to keep her voice calm. She said it was in nature already. Hanwoo replied. The way trees grow, the way water flows, the way stars move. She found the pattern everywhere she looked. Jisu felt cold despite the warm day. Every Novelian child knew the legend. Their ancestors had found the pattern of life in the stars and built their civilization around it. Their weapons were programmed never to target this pattern. It was against their deepest beliefs to harm it. If Earth showed this pattern naturally, the Armada could not attack it. When will Sora return? Jisu asked. Tomorrow, I think, Hyunwoo said. She has been away studying new plants. She will be happy to meet you. Not many people care about our work. Jisu nodded, her mind racing. She needed to report to Commander Taiyo, but what would she say? That humans had accidentally created the sacred pattern, that the invasion might violate the oldest law of their people. These machines, she said, pointing to the computers. They record the pattern. Yes, Hyunwoo said. For years now, Sora says the pattern is getting stronger as the garden grows. He looked at Jisu with kind eyes. You seem very interested. Are you a student of plants too? Jisu felt shame for her deception. No, I just find it beautiful. Beauty is a good reason to learn, Hyunwoo said. Will you stay until tomorrow? You can meet Sora then. Jisu knew she should return to her ship. She was already breaking rules by talking to this human, but she needed to understand more about this garden and its impossible pattern. Yes, she said. I would like to stay. That night, as Hyunwoo slept, Jisu sent a message to the Armada. Investigation continuing. Energy pattern complex. Request more time. She did not mention what she had found. Not yet. First, she needed to meet Sora and learn how humans had discovered the sacred pattern that might save their world from conquest. Morning came with a message from the Armada. Commander Taho's face appeared on Jisu's wrist device. Lieutenant, report your findings, he said. His voice was cold. Jisu stood in the forest, away from Hyunwoo's house. She had to be careful. Commander, the energy pattern is problematic, she said. It seems to be a form of radiation from the soil. My scanners show it could damage our systems if we approach too closely. This was a lie, but Jisu needed time. She couldn't tell Taho about the sacred pattern yet. Taho frowned. How long will your investigation take? At least 3 more days, sir, Jisu said. I need to determine if this radiation affects all of Earth or just this area. Very well, Taho said. But do not delay. The Armada grows restless. The screen went dark. Jisoo felt bad about lying, but what choice did she have? She returned to Hyunwoo's house. He was making breakfast when a sound came from outside. Ah, Hyunwoo smiled. That must be Sora. A small vehicle stopped near the house. A young woman stepped out carrying bags. She had short black hair and wore practical clothes. She hugged Hyunwoo tightly. "Grandfather, I missed you," she said. "Sora, we have a guest," Hyunwoo said, pointing to Jisoo. "This is Jisoo. She helped me yesterday when I felt weak." Sora turned to Jisoo and bowed slightly. "Thank you for helping my grandfather." Then she looked at Jisoo closely. Too closely. "Where are you from, Jisoo?" Sora asked. Her voice was friendly, but her eyes were sharp. "I'm traveling," Jisoo said. "Your grandfather's garden caught my attention." They ate breakfast together. Sora talked about her trip to study new plants, but Jisoo noticed that Sora watched her carefully, especially when she used her hands. After breakfast, Sora asked, "Would you like to see more of our work, Jisoo?" They walked through the garden. Sora explained the systems she had built to measure the plant's energy. She was clearly very smart. "The pattern is the key," Sora said. "When plants grow in this arrangement, they create a field. It's small, but it's there." "It's amazing," Jisoo said honestly. When they reached a quiet corner of the garden, Sora stopped. "Now, tell me who you really are." Jisoo froze. "What do you mean?" "Your skin changes color slightly near your wrist," Sora said. "I noticed at breakfast. And your eyes reflect light differently. You're not human." Jisoo's hand moved to her weapon, hidden in her clothes. "Don't," Sora said. "I'm not your enemy. I just want the truth." Jisoo considered her options. She could knock Sora out, run back to her ship, report that the area should be destroyed immediately. But something made her stay. "You're right," Jisoo said quietly. "I'm not human." She turned off her disguise. Her skin returned to its natural purple color. Her eyes grew larger. Her ears became pointed. Sora's eyes widened, but she didn't run. "You're beautiful," she said. "I am Lieutenant Jisoo of the Novalian Empire," Jisoo said. "My fleet is preparing to invade your world." Sora took a step back. "Invade? When?" "Soon," Jisoo said. "Very soon. But your garden, the pattern it creates is sacred to my people. Our weapons cannot target it. So my pattern is keeping you from attacking?" Sora asked. "Just this small area," Jisoo said. "The rest of your world is still in danger." Sora was quiet for a moment. Then she took Jisoo's hand. "We need to make the pattern bigger," she said. "Much bigger." "How?" Jisoo asked. "I have seeds," Sora said. "Special seeds I've been developing. If we plant them in the right places, we could expand the pattern." "My commander is getting impatient," Jisoo said. "We don't have much time." "Then we'll work fast," Sora said. "Will you help us?" Jisoo knew she was betraying her people, but looking at this garden, at the life growing here, she couldn't bear to see it destroyed. "Yes," she said. "I will help." The next day, Sora and Jisoo worked hard in the garden. Hyunwoo watched from the porch, still weak but happy to see the activity. "We need to plant these seeds in a wider pattern," Sora explained, showing Jisoo small bags of seeds. "Each type goes in a specific place." Jisoo used her scanner to map the area. "If we follow your garden's pattern but make it bigger, it should create a stronger energy field." "But we need more help," Sora said. "Two people can't plant enough area in time." Sora made phone calls. By noon, 3 trucks arrived at the garden. Farmers from nearby lands stepped out, curious and friendly. "These are my friends," Sora told them. "They've been helping me test special seeds that can clean our soil." She didn't tell them about Jisoo or the invasion. It would only cause fear. Instead, she showed them maps of where to plant the seeds. "This is a big project," one farmer said. "Why the rush?" "The growing season is perfect right now," Sora answered. We might not get another chance. The farmers trusted Sora. Her work had already helped their land grow better crops. They took the seeds and maps and drove to their assigned areas. Jisoo watched with surprise. They helped so easily. That's what neighbors do, Sora said. Now let's keep working. They spent hours planting seeds in perfect lines. Sora's design would make the sacred pattern cover several miles when the plants grew. In the afternoon, Jisoo's wrist device beeped. Commander Taiho again. Lieutenant, your time is running out, he said. The Armada cannot wait forever. I understand, Commander, Jisoo said. But there's a problem. The radiation is spreading. I need more time to study it. Taiho's face darkened. I'm sending Captain Doyun to check your findings. He will arrive tomorrow. The screen went dark. Jisoo felt cold fear. Doyun was Taiho's most loyal officer. He would not be fooled easily. We have a problem, she told Sora. My captain is coming to check on me. He will see that I'm lying. Sora thought for a moment. Will your plants grow in one day? No, Sora said. But some of them will start to sprout. It won't be enough to create the full pattern, though. That night, they worked by the light of Jisoo's ship. Sora mixed chemicals in her lab, while Jisoo added them to the irrigation system. This will make the plants grow faster, Sora explained. Not enough, but it's our best chance. As they worked, Jisoo told Sora about her world, about the Armada's conquests, about the sacred pattern that all Novelians respected. Our oldest stories say the pattern is the key to life, Jisoo said. It appears on our home planet in rock formations. We believe our ancestors saw it and understood its importance. On Earth, it appears in nature too, Sora said. In seashells, in the way plants grow, in the patterns of weather. I didn't invent it. I just noticed it. At dawn, they looked over their work. Small green shoots were already appearing where they had planted seeds. It's happening, Sora said with hope. But will it be enough? Jisoo's scanner beeped. A small ship was entering Earth's atmosphere. Captain Doyun is here, she said. Sora grabbed Jisoo's hand. What will you do? I'll try to convince him that this area is dangerous to Novelians, Jisoo said. It's not a complete lie. This garden is dangerous to our plans. Sora looked worried. And if he doesn't believe you? Jisoo touched the weapon at her side. Then I will have to make a difficult choice. She walked toward the forest to meet her captain, wondering if she could really fight against her own people to protect this garden and this planet that was not her home. Captain Doyun's ship landed in a clearing not far from Jisoo's. He stepped out wearing a human disguise, but his movements were stiff and unnatural. He did not care about blending in. Lieutenant Jisoo, he said when she approached, explain your delays. Jisoo stood straight, trying to look confident. Captain, I found something unusual. The energy pattern is connected to plant life in this area. It creates a field that might damage our ships. Doyun's eyes narrowed. Show me. She led him toward the garden, her mind racing. How much should she tell him? The local vegetation creates a radiation that matches the sacred pattern, she said carefully. I believe it would be against our laws to destroy it. That is for Commander Taiho to decide, Doyun said coldly. Not you. As they walked, Jisoo noticed small green shoots breaking through the soil where they had planted seeds yesterday. They were growing faster than normal plants, but not fast enough. At the edge of the garden, Doyun stopped suddenly. His scanner was beeping. This pattern, he said, looking at the screen. It's similar to... Yes, Jisoo said. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Doyun walked into the garden where Hyunwoo was watering plants. The old man looked up and smiled. Hello, Hyunwoo said. Are you a friend of Jisoo? Doyun ignored him. He moved through the garden, his scanner beeping louder as he reached the center. This is impossible, he murmured. How did humans create this? Sora appeared from the house. We didn't create it. We just helped it grow. Doyun turned to her. Who are you? I'm Sora, the garden's designer, she said bravely. And you're not human, like Jisoo. Dohyun looked at Jisoo angrily. You revealed yourself to them. You've broken every rule. I had to, Jisoo said. This place is special, Dohyun. Can't you feel it? Dohyun raised his wrist to his mouth. Captain Dohyun to Commander Tayo. Lieutenant Jisoo has been compromised. The humans have. He stopped as the sun began to set. The garden started to glow softly. It happened every evening. Jisoo had learned, but tonight was different. The new plants were also glowing, creating lines of light stretching out from the main garden. From above, it would look like the sacred pattern was growing. Dohyun stood frozen, watching the lights. His face changed. For a moment, he looked like a child again. My mother told me stories, he said quietly, about how our ancestors found the sacred pattern glowing in the rocks at night. This is the same. Yes, Jisoo said. That's why I couldn't just report it. We can't destroy this place, Dohyun. It would be wrong. Dohyun was quiet for a long time. Then he looked at Sora. Did you plan this pattern, knowing what it means to us? No, Sora said. I found it in nature. In the way plants grow best together. In the way energy flows. It's a pattern that appears on many worlds, I think. Dohyun's wrist device beeped. Captain, report. Commander Taho's voice demanded. Dohyun looked at Jisoo, then at the garden glowing in the twilight. Commander, he said finally. Lieutenant Jisoo was right to be cautious. I have found evidence of the sacred pattern here. It appears to be natural, not man-made. Impossible, Taho said. Return to the ship immediately. Both of you. Yes, Commander, Dohyun said. He turned off his device and looked at Jisoo. I will tell him what I saw, but I cannot promise he will listen. Thank you, Jisoo said. After Dohyun left for his ship, Sora came to Jisoo's side. Will he help us? She asked. I don't know, Jisoo said, but the seeds are growing. If more of the pattern appears, more of my people will see it. Some will refuse to destroy it. And the others? Sora asked. Jisoo looked up at the stars, knowing the Armada waited there. We need to work faster, she said. On the command ship, Taho listened to Captain Dohyun's report with growing anger. So Lieutenant Jisoo believes this pattern is the sacred symbol, he asked. I saw it myself, Commander, Dohyun said. The plants glow at sunset, forming the exact pattern we're taught as children. One small garden doesn't change our plans, Taho said sharply. We can avoid that area if needed. But sir, if the pattern is natural to Earth, enough. Taho slammed his fist on the table. The fleet has waited too long already. I will not be stopped by superstition. He turned to his officers. Prepare the fleet. Earth will be conquered in 3 days. Dohyun left the command room troubled. In the crew areas, he heard whispers. News about the sacred pattern had spread. Some crew members were worried. Others said they would not attack a world where the pattern appeared naturally. The Armada was dividing. On Earth, Jisoo received the message from her ship. 3 days, she told Sora and Henwu. Taho has given us 3 days before the attack begins. They stood in the garden, looking at their work. The new plants were growing fast, but the pattern was still too small to protect more than their local area. We need something bigger, Sora said. Something that will make the pattern visible from space. Hyunwoo had been quiet, sitting in his chair watching them work. Now he spoke. I might have a way, he said softly. Sora and Jisoo turned to him. Grandfather. Hyunwoo stood slowly. Come with me. He led them to a small shed behind his house that Jisoo had never noticed before. Inside was an old computer and maps covering the walls. When I was younger, Hyunwoo said, before I started the garden, I built something. He pointed to the maps, a network of pipes running underground for miles. I designed it to carry water to areas with bad soil. Sora looked amazed. You never told me about this. I was waiting for the right time. Hyunwoo said. The project was too big. People said I was crazy, but I finished it anyway. He touched the map lovingly. The pipes follow natural water paths. They reach farms across the whole valley. And they follow the sacred pattern, Jisoo said, studying the map. The network of lines formed the same design as the garden, but much, much larger. Yes, Hyunwoo said. That was the most efficient way to help the water flow. Are the pipes still good? Sora asked. I check them every year, Hyunwoo said. They're made to last. Sora's eyes lit up. If we put my fast-growing seeds into the water system, they would sprout all along the pipe network, Jisoo finished, creating the pattern across the entire valley. It might work, Hyunwoo said, but we'll need a lot of seeds. Sora ran to her lab. I've been saving seeds for years. We have enough. They worked through the night. Sora mixed her seeds into water tanks. Hyunwoo showed them how to open the main valves of his pipe system. Jisoo used her ship's computer to calculate where the plants would grow. By morning, the water was flowing, carrying seeds throughout the valley. Now we wait, Sora said, exhausted but hopeful. Jisoo checked her scanner. We may not have time to wait. Tahoe has sent ships to capture me and destroy the garden. How many ships? Hyunwoo asked. 5 attack vessels, Jisoo said. They'll be here by sunset. Sora took Jisoo's hand. Will the seeds grow in time? I don't know, Jisoo said. The growth formula will help. But Hyunwoo walked to his control panel. Then we'll give them more help. He pressed buttons, sending commands to pumps along the pipe network. What are you doing? Sora asked. Adding nutrients to the water, Hyunwoo said. Everything I've saved for years. It might be enough. In the sky, dark spots appeared. The Novalian ships were coming. Get ready, Jisoo said. Taiho won't stop unless he sees the pattern himself. The 5 Novalian ships landed in a circle around Hyunwoo's garden. Soldiers with weapons stepped out. Their skin was all different shades of purple and blue. They didn't bother with human disguises now. Jisoo, Sora, and Hyunwoo stood in the center of the garden. They had no weapons. Their only hope was the seeds growing under the ground. Stay behind me, Jisoo told her friends. I will try to talk to them. A larger ship landed. Its door opened, and Commander Tahoe stepped out. He was tall, with dark purple skin and cold eyes. He walked toward them slowly, looking at the garden with disgust. Lieutenant Jisoo, he said, you have betrayed your people for what? Some plants. Not just plants, Commander, Jisoo said. Look around you. This is the sacred pattern. Our laws forbid us from destroying it. Tahoe laughed. One small garden doesn't matter. We will avoid this spot and take the rest of the planet. The pattern is spreading, Jisoo said. Even now, it grows beneath your feet. Lies, Tahoe said. He turned to his soldiers. Take the traitor. Kill the humans. Burn this garden. The soldiers moved forward. Sora grabbed Hyunwoo's hand, afraid but brave. Wait, shouted a voice. Captain Do-hyun stepped out from one of the ships. Commander, many in the fleet believe we should study this place before destroying it. Are you questioning my orders, Captain? Tahoe asked coldly. I am following our oldest laws, Do-hyun said. Several soldiers nodded, agreeing with him. Tahoe's face darkened with anger. I am your commander. You will obey me. He pulled out his weapon and pointed it at the garden. I will destroy this myself. But as he stepped forward, the ground began to shake slightly. All across the valley, green shoots broke through the soil. The plants were growing, faster than any normal plants could. Look, Sora pointed. From above, they would now see lines of green forming across the land, following Hyunwoo's pipe network. The sacred pattern was taking shape, growing larger by the minute. Tahoe ignored it. This changes nothing. He walked toward Hyunwoo, weapon raised. Turn off your growing system, old man, or die first. Hyunwoo stood straight, unafraid. I cannot stop it now. The water is already flowing. Then you are useless to me, Tahoe said. He aimed his weapon. Jisoo jumped between them. Commander, wait. The sun was starting to set. Just like every evening, the garden began to glow softly. But now, new lights appeared across the valley. Every new plant that had sprouted was beginning to shine. The Novalian soldiers lowered their weapons, amazed. The sacred pattern was lighting up for miles around them, more beautiful and perfect than they had ever seen. It's just like the ancient stories, one soldier whispered. Even Tahoe paused, his weapon still raised but his eyes wide as he looked around. This means nothing, he said, but his voice was less certain. He raised his arm to shoot, but his hand shook. Something in his ship beeped loudly. Commander, called an officer from Tahoe's ship. The targeting systems are shutting down. They won't lock onto this area. Override them. Tahoe shouted. We can't, sir. The sacred pattern protection is built into the core programming. The glowing increased. The plants were growing taller by the minute. Flowers bloomed and began to shine with soft blue light. The pattern was now clear to everyone. Tahoe stood motionless, his weapon still pointed but not firing. The ancient programming of his people was working against his orders. He could not destroy the sacred pattern, no matter how much he wanted to. This is impossible, he whispered. No, Hanwoo said gently. This is life finding a way to protect itself. All around them, the valley glowed with the beautiful pattern that connected two worlds across the stars.